one of those what a difference a day makes kind of weather. Yesterday I had my jacket on. It was like less than 60 degrees. Now it's up to about 70 degrees and climbing. So I just finished. I had some of this tape, ribbon of some kind. I used some of this on my the 64 pram sail for the Granville Bay, and I just got finished putting a brass eye in it. So now I can add this to the top of the gaff pole. I keep wanting to say jib pole, but it's gaff pole, and I'll tie that onto the sail, so that'll give me a little bit of a telltale up there. But it's time to get on with putting this new strapping on. So let me change up. I was having some discussions with Chuck via email about the difference in the tape, because remember we had I'll measure. Let me go reset up and measure the distances, because I want to, almost like I want to make a database. I may even ask Chuck for like a 1 foot section of each one of the different widths, so I can do build up a database list and maybe post there in a PFD file that you can download to size, diameters, and the length you'll get from each size per foot. So let me change over here, and if you'll notice, I got my Feathercraft shirt on. They used to make this really killer, they may still do, I haven't gone online to look to see if they're still in business, but a fold-up kayak with aluminum, let's see, it was box tubing, I believe it was, and it was all slipped together with a Hyperlon bottom and then a 1,000 denier Cordova top. It was really a slick little boat, and you could pack it down into fairly small backpack to take traveling with you, for like if you want to go down to Baja or off to the Far East or wherever. But that's neither here nor there. I've got it laid out because I want to check to see what I've got here. So it's about 7 feet 7 inches. So it's a little bit over 15 inches by a couple inches. So I just measured the ends, and so we're 1 inch and 7/16 down at that end and 2 5/16 at the big end. So it'll give me an idea now of how sizes and the percent of, I guess, a ratio from end to end over length is what I'm trying to say. Open it up. Opens quite good. It's one of these things where we're going to have to probably shove it along to expand it. Down. I gotta fish it on until I get a bubble down on my mid support there, and then I pass it on. But I don't want to let it get too stretched out of shape, because we still have to choke and stroke it. So I think I'm going to come out okay here. Almost got about a foot to the end. That's the end. Let me do another. I want to get down to right there, so I'm going to see if I can stroke another inch out of it. Okay, I'm doing a little bit of choking and stroking here, and I'm getting some got it down to the end I want. So I just barely made it. Let me show you what I'm doing, what I mean by choke and stroke. What I'm doing here is I'm starting up here and I'm grabbing it downstream tight, and then I'll stroke it down and I build up. I'll show you when I get down there. I build up a little bit of excess, and then I let go and it travels downstream from me. Just a little bit of bulge. Let me see if I can reach around here. I've got my two hands like this, and so I'm coming in with choke right here. You can see there's a little, builds up a little bubble right there. And then I can push that down. We'll zoom out a little bit more. You can see there's a little ridge kind of right there by my hand. Right there was a little ridge. I wrap some masking tape right down around just beyond the edge where it starts to fan out a little bit. But right here I can feel my edge where it'll be the bottom of the mast. Once this gets all wet out and cured up, there'll still be some uncured or unresined or unepoxied glass under here when I take the tape off. And I'll take that and roll it inside and then wet it out and then find some kind of like plug to jam in there to roll it over to thicken up that base. It won't expand the bottom any, but it'll thick up the base for against crushing. I'll do the same at the top too. Well, it's all on, and as far as I'm going to stroke it down, it makes it from end to end, and it's tight. I don't want to mess with it anymore, pulling down hard on it, because then I might damage the zoom back here, because I might damage the lay of the 2-inch glass underneath of it. But and I need to, I've been debating whether or not to use the some shipping, not shipping tape, but the wrapping tape. I can get a little, I don't know, 100 yards or something like that on a spool with a handle to wrap it with, like Chuck shows in his video. I still want to use my the nylon strips or the nylon cloth, because I was really happy with the finish that it gave me, and it gave me a nice smooth matte finish without having to have any bubbles, because it would soak up the excess epoxy and compress compress the epoxy into the glass and then push it the oversaturated areas to the undersaturated areas. So hope it will give me, I hope, an even layer of epoxy. But this time, this thing's going to set on the mandrel. It's warmed up now. Yesterday it was 20 degrees colder than what it is today. I'm going to let this thing set on the mandrel, on the old sailboard mast, or the mandrel. I'm going to let it set on it for, and I've got a hook here and a cord that I'm going to support. You can't see that. Support the midsection of the mast while it cures. And because we found out last time, via my ignorance, that if I probably could have gotten maybe away with enough strength with the 3 layers of 2-inch and the one of 15 of the tubing. If I would have just left it alone, walked it away for a week or two, let it fully cure, and because the barn was cold. Probably even after it's been cured, I will probably maybe take it out in the sunshine and support it. After it's it's been cured in here with a full support, I may take it outside for a week, pull it off the mandrel, and just let it set in the sun and bake. You get a full cure. So enough of this and that, and let's see. I want to go sailing this afternoon. I got my the 10-foot nut hatches loaded in my little Toyota Tacoma, ready to go at a moment's. As soon as I see the wind, I'm gone. No use in having to, like, well, I got to load the boat and all that. If the boat's already loaded, you just throw the sails and the mast in and go. So I'll see you guys later.